I'm called Sylvia Nalubega from Uganda. We are found in East Africa. And I work with Liluye as a staff writer. So what I basically do is to have conversations with different change makers all over the globe who are in contact with Liluye, and we showcase your beautiful work. We see how you can connect you to different, different partners to really continue on in your work. So that is why we are here. And this is the first one for me to talk with more than one person on the conversation. So I'm really looking forward to it. So the good thing is that the conversation is recorded. So feel free to share because we shall have a short video about this, and then I'll be writing into detail the things that we have talked about. I hope that's fine. So because I don't know your names, probably when you are answering a question, you introduce yourself first. That will be good for me to attribute the conversation to you. Yeah.
Okay, so I will start with the teacher. Patricia, can you introduce yourself in a couple minutes?
So I am Patricia Ngum. I am a communication expert. I'm a trained journalist, a human resource manager, and a teacher. I'm currently carrying out a PhD in strategic management under a Mars in Russia. It's an online study. I am the founder of the Redemption Center for Persons in Distress. Thus, I am a mental health specialist, a healer, and of course, a psychosocial expert. Summarily, that is who I am. I am a born Cameroonian and presently living in Cameroon, but I work across the world. I love traveling to attend seminars, to impact knowledge, to encourage others. I am into almost everything because I am very flexible. That is Patricia.
We have amazing person in the group now. Thank you for being here and become a part of the solution. Why I say solution? That's what we look for through our action, and you're a part of it. Thank you. So now I would like to introduce Siti Badriyah. She is the chair of Indonesian Survivor Council that established last year in December 10, it is a Human Rights International Day. Siti Badriyah, the mic and the screen will be yours.
My name is Siti Badriyah. I'm a survivor of human trafficking, and I'm a chair of Indonesian Survivor Council. And I as lawyer. I work in migrant care since 24, maybe 18 years.
So
18 years in migrant care.
18 years working for migrant care. This is amazing. So it shows your dedication with the work to make sure helping people. Thank you so much. And now I would like to introduce Sriati. Sriati is the basic class student that Patricia teaches.
My name is Sriati. I'm from Ponorogo, East Java, Indonesia, and I am 45 years old. I'm looking so young. Okay. I also bergabungnya bahasa Indonesia nih.
Apa?
Join. And I joined in the Kabar Bumi organization. That means is extended family of Indonesian migrant workers, and I am the treasurer in the Kabar Bumi. And Patricia, I say thank you to you because you now I can speak just before I don't know how to speak English, but now I'm joined with you. Now I can speak little English is okay, and I am very happy.
Okay, thank you. And actually, Sriati is a member of Indonesian Survivor Council. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for your dedication, your work with Kabar Bumi, and also your passion in prevention to make sure that people will not fall victim of human trafficking.
Hi, Sylvia and Patricia and all. Good evening from Indonesia. My name is Wiwin Warsiating. My nickname is Ren. So my family name is nickname. So I'm former of the migrant workers. I work abroad in Hong Kong like 17 years old. And I also join in organization, also become volunteer of the helping handling the cases in other countryside or abroad. So I was join or work in Kabar Bumi since 2017 until now. So I'm advocation and coordinator of advocacy coordinator in Kabar Bumi, and I also my experience is labor traffickers. So I'm the secretary of the Indonesian Consul. So we just established on 2022 last December. So Sandra mentioned it.
I just want to correct a little bit. She is not a trafficker, but she was a trafficking a victim and become a survivor.
I'm really happy to see Patricia. She is really smart and really, patient to teaching us. Even I'm not joined because our class is intermediate, but now stop because we have only 3 people left. So yeah, I'm really appreciate of the Patricia too.
Wow, happy to meet to really hear from you wonderful ladies, the amazing work that you're doing. So let's jump into our, continue into our conversation. I think this will go to Shandra. Why did you start MENTARI? That's how it is pronounced. What drives you? What motivates you? What's your vision? Over to you, Shandra.
Yes, so actually lesson learned. So I was trafficked to United States in 2001 and I didn't know if it was trafficking. What I understood, I was a victim of kidnap, but actually more than kidnap happening. And at that time, no one understood that I was a victim and it's so difficult to seek help. Why it's difficult? Because people, number one is they didn't know. The second is ignorance. And New York is a busy city that like the pace is fast. So no one saw me. So I was hidden in the plain sight. With that, I was homeless for 3 years, about 3 years. So it was like homelessness, begging food, getting food from the garbage can, like all surviving. And then I learned something from my own experience, become a lesson learned in my life, that I have to do better for other people. Because of what I experienced, actually, it was the biggest human rights violation. And I believe that many people won and they didn't want, they didn't deserve to be in my place, in my situation. So I started with my advocacy in 2004 by talking about what is happening with me without knowing it was trafficking. Because of I said I was victim of kidnap and rape. That's what I said. So I rescued. I don't like to say rescued, but in the United States, we don't say rescue, but we say we empower them or we help them get out from the situation. But since this is international, I allow myself to say rescued. So I rescued women and children that trafficked by diplomats, that trafficked by rich people in the house, and shelter in my house. Shelter in my house without knowing what I did at that time. I just saw this is inhuman and I have to take them out. So I gave them food. I found them job without knowing if they can have services out there. I didn't know. Nobody told me. Even organization that helped me, nobody told me. So I learned by my own, and I said like, how can I help them to make money? So I didn't care about immigration status. And so I teach them how to clean the house in my house, how to use bleach, how to use dishwasher, how to use laundry machine, how to use dishwasher to make sure they have skill. So this is the first step. And the second is my house become a training center for people who want to learn and get the job as a domestic servitude in the houses. So I found them job, they make money, and my job done, but not finished. I didn't satisfied with that. So I said like, if people don't like to clean the house, what should I do? And I love cooking. So at that time, I have a catering business and I cannot cook by my own. So I hire people that live in the shelter to help me cook. And then I started, they help me cook, but of course, I want them to be able to chop, how to slice. And I taught them how to do all the basic cooking, and they make money. And they said like, I'm so happy to make money. But it not sustained. It wasn't sustained and it wasn't stable because of depending on my business. So during the process, rescuing, helping, connect them with many different entity or stakeholders. Finally, I decided I have to have a cooking class. So finally, in 2014, 2011, I met Imam Matul. Imam Matul is Indonesian survivor that live in California, and I live in New York. So it's like East and West. We decided to help Indonesian people at the first place. Let's help Indonesian people. And we talked, I didn't know what is the work, but I kept working to help. And finally, we established our organization in 2014. And in 2 weeks, we got a non-profit organization license from the state of New York. So we started without money. We started on from my dining table to help people. And just amazingly, when our website up, when our social media up, not Indonesian people who came to our organization, but many different nationalities people that seek help. So now we have 35 nationalities, victim and survivor in our organization, with the purpose of to move them from victim, become a survivor and thrive. So that's our vision and mission. And we have many different programs in all to mentor and empower them because of we believe that they have a power. They have enough power, they have enough strength. We just have to help them to find, to embrace, to practice, and to show and use the gift that they have, use the talent that they have to embrace the beauty of their life.
Wow, that's amazing. So probably this wasn't on the talking points, but is your organization both physical and virtual? Is it only physical? How do you connect with people in different countries?
Okay, so we have a physical offices in New York. We have a shelter. We have transitional home that become a program, and we have two physical offices in New York alone, and we have representative in Caribbean island, in South Africa, which is virtual, and then we just connect with Zambia. We will do a lot of work in Zambia. So we use the leader in Zambia. It's not specifically office, but will be virtual work that we fund. So, but in Zambia alone will be on the ground because of he is a leader. So he was the student that I mentored during a leadership program, international program. So I maximize the use of the people that I work with, that I planted the seed, and I am hoping that people that receive that seed will grow the seed, become a tree and fruitful. So in Zambia, in Indonesia, we just have a physical office. Actually, I just bought the building that will start this July. So it will be in Jakarta, and we mostly partner with organization to maximize the funding, because if we open a building, so much money will be dropped in the building and operational. Why don't I empower local organization to do the work, and the use of the money is very maximal. We maximize the use of the funding to reach out the population to receive services. Because my background is economic and banking and management, so I can use my background to make sure the money will be used wisely and fruitful.
Wow, that is so amazing, Shandra. Well done. So you supported Liluye to do a training. You worked with Liluye to do a training on trafficking, and how was the process? Maybe you can share with us how the training went.
Okay, first of all, my relation with Liluye is a stakeholder, is a community organization, and I support what Liluye works. And we have a conversation that I give recommendation and advice to Liluye many years ago, but the friendship is continue. How the way Liluye support globally is by giving a support to organization like us. I can call our organization a survivor-led organization and grassroots organization, because we are small. Our money is not much, but the impact that we give is impactful. What we do is how much the impact that we have. Not $1 we will make impact $1. No. How $1 impact $1,000. So that's what we do. And I reach out to Liluye, usually anything, hey, we need help, we need this. It is like a big impact for my community. And they said, okay, I help you, give me the information. So that's how the connection to Miss Ngum for this program. And we really appreciate and grateful, also thankful for the community partner. I can say community partner organization that see the action. We just not talk only, but we consider in a solution outcome, which is through our action. And thankfully, I really see how the passion and compassion, the teacher that connected through Liluye, able to change, because of we believe Miss Patricia is a change maker for the beauty of our survivor, to show more fruitful, more blooming the flower that they have. Yeah, I'm really see how Liluye impacted not only organization, but indirect impact to people that affected by this crime.
Wow. So this one goes to, I think, Sidi, as the chairperson of the Indonesian Advisory Council. What do you think about the program?
As a chair, and I student in basic with my teacher is Patricia. We have benefit ya, benefit from program learn to English ya. because we and me ya, terutama saya didn't English.
So Siti said she is learning in Patricia's class. The first they didn't learn English, and now you learn English. Now she
Yeah.
learn English.
This program is can improve we capacity building for communication in English. because migration is antar negara apa Mbak?
In the government.
Yeah, and English we think is important for us gitu. And we in this in the in learn English have many challenges. Example is internet connection not available. Yeah, and then because we live in other excellent different time. Yeah, like me in I in Jakarta and Patricia in Cameroon. Yeah, different time is challenges for us. But we will learn for continue and never stop for learn English, yeah.
So maybe I can go to Patricia. Maybe you can explain to us a bit about your experience with this training and how this type of training will be useful for people that attended or for others in future. Very briefly, Patricia.
We all should know that English language is a unifying language of the world, and it is an official language. So English language is an international unifying language of the world that takes care of every person, irrespective of their ethnicity, religion, gender, or race, and all of that. And my experience with this training is that it's going a very long way. Why? Because English language, it is the language of aviation, it is the language of the media, it is the language of diplomacy, the language of tourism. And as I said before, English language is an international language of communication and the media and the internet. And so understanding English language and being able to communicate in English language is very, very important. I am just so happy that I got in contact with Liluye, and she put me through to Shandra and this organization, and together with Siti Badriyah, together with Sriati, together with Tichi. In fact, a lot of them, they're such an amazing people who've been working together. And as beginners, I teach them basically basic English language. Basic English language in what sense? We focus on listening, on speaking, on reading, and on writing English language. And their training in English language communication skills help them a long way as survivors of human trafficking, be it in their professional or personal lives, it will help them achieve their goals. English language as an international language helps anyone, irrespective of your gender, your religion, your ethnicity, to achieve your goals, to obtain your goals. And we have really come a long way. Initially, most of the students or pupils did not even know how to express themselves in basic English. But today we can interact, and you see, to know that they are understanding and they are picking up is very easy, it's very simple. When you talk to someone and the person replies or responds, you know that the communication has been effective. So we're not just talking about teaching, we're not just talking about communication, we're talking about effective communication, effective teaching, meaning a give and a take thing. It's not just for Patricia, their English language teacher, to come give the lessons and go, but for Patricia to come offer the lessons and taking into consideration the class, the group of persons I know I am working with. I also put in place my knowledge that I have achieved and gained in mentoring. I also put in place my mental health training. I use it so that those people are survivors of human trafficking and other crimes. I know that they are a delicate people, they are vulnerable. So Patricia will not just teach them like every other teacher would do, but Patricia is teaching them like somebody who is also rehabilitating them. Patricia comes in as a teacher with so much positive energy that I transmit to them, that I emit to them with my positive vibration and all of that. And they are affected, that they're not just getting the knowledge that will help them physically, but I'm also, through my speaking, through my interaction with them, helping them to rewire their subconscious minds, to rewire themselves and help them to heal from the trauma maybe that they have gone through. And I know they are in a process of healing, and we can but make positive progress. So that is a role so far, and I'm just so happy that every time and planning to meet with them, it is just so much joy in my heart that I'm meeting such my wonderful family in a short while. And when I meet with them, it is laughter, it is joy, it is happiness, it is, glowiness, and we all rejoice in the class and we keep it relaxed. And at the end of the day, tell me, when they get out of these classes, each and every one of them would love to continue, because the foundation, we're talking about basic English language, the foundation of everything matters. You know, when the foundation of a house is solid, that house would stand. And so we need to be very careful. Patricia, their English language teacher, I am very conscious that it's a foundation I am building. And if I don't meet their expectations, they may never love English language. So I'm doing my best with all what it takes to make sure that that impact, the foundation, is solid. Thank you.
I think Sriati and Wiwin,
Yes.
because they're going to tell us how the program has benefited them. Maybe how many people are in this program, to Shandra?
We plan to continue this program until they are tired, until they are passing, until they can communicate, they can use that with the purpose, maybe for the first program, maybe a year first, until one package that Patricia does right now, and then we will start another year if the student from the first cohort want to join again in the second cohort, we welcome them because of survivor live with the trauma, sometimes come and go, sometimes plenty reason. But I was so proud and thankful that Patricia never give up and myself never give up, but I'm very straight. You want to go on? You want to do that? So this is my job, is to make sure the program is on, you attend or not, you want to cancel or not. So I give them choices because of they never get the choices during
Yes.
the trafficking situation. So we practice so they can have choice, they can speak up. Like Miss Patricia said, like, it is a trauma informed. You build the foundation of them to be able to communicate, not only English, but expressing themselves. Yeah. So it will
Absolutely.
continue.
On average, like how many, even though someone dropped off during the way, but I just want to see the picture of like how many have you reached through this program?
27, the interested. And then through the session, it's come and go people that attended. And then for the intermediate, not really intermediate class, but they already have like a small foundation on English because they are activists. And sometimes they commit to do the activism. So this is the challenge to meet the time, especially one of the teacher from the United States and Patricia from Cameroon. So this is the biggest challenge because of, I believe if we overcome with the time and establish the commitment, I think it will be a wonderful outcome. So we will continue no matter the amount because of we believe as a change maker, it's better you change one person, but he will transform, then you do nothing. So that's our philosophy.
How are you finding the program?
This program, actually, we are decided by Indonesian Consul with Shandra, Siti Badriyah. So we want to learn about the English because I'm agree with the teacher Patricia. English is like international language, right? I can speak English, but little bit. It's not really like fluent English, but for this class, this is I'm really happy because I can improve myself to learn more about the English, how to communicate with the people around the world. So, and also if we can speak English, we can learn more, of course, and we can help each other, you know, that is very important. So I think that's all. English will improve ourselves, and we can help ourselves how to communicate like with international people, something like that. Because we need to communicate many people around the world. Even I just, you know, I have the English little bit. It's not really like Sandra and also the teacher is really you know, is very good. So we are like the intermediate actually is really helpful. But we, of course, I want to continue learning because sometimes are also in our organization, like I need to handling the cases or I need to do something. So just, you know, sometimes the timing is not really perfect. So many of the time I can, you know, like skip because I need to do something on the handling something on my work in organization, like that. But of course, I love to learn English. Maybe if I have time, I will join Patricia too. So while we are waiting for the student, like many or maybe can enough to learning, because our teacher actually is ready, like anytime is ready, but the students is only maybe 3, sometimes only 2, sometimes. So we feel sorry to our teacher. So maybe we just now we can stop. Maybe we can continue when we have like already the student, more student. Yeah, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
I just want
Yeah.
to elaborate what she said, that the challenge or lately during the intermediate, not only the people that come, it was a Muslim holiday that require people to fast, and it is like a month long. So during the class, because of the time in the evening, and this is the time that they have to to open the fast, and also having a family gathering and prayer. So that was the challenge, and I believe we will start again in July, maybe after July or August, because of they need it, but we just have to find out the best time for them and everybody to come together. Even in Indonesia, we have a different time. We have like the West, Mid, and the East. So it is a challenge too.
I can imagine. So Sriati, briefly, what have you gained from the program?
We don't only speak Indonesian, but we have to learn English because we will be in talks with a friend outside Indonesia like this. So I attended the basic English program for 2 months. I'm very thankful and grateful for the program, and I am happy to be able to learn English. Now I can speak English. Meskipun cuma sedikit apa bahasanya.
Even only a little.
Yeah, even only a little. Now, and my teacher, Patricia, is very patient in teaching us. She is wonderful teacher who help me and to make sure I participate in the class. I can write many vocabularies, and I learn how to use the word for the sentence. After joining this program, at least I started to understanding how to writing and pronoun in English, especially with very kalau passionate itu gimana ngomongnya ya?
Apa? Apa?
Passionat. Passionate.
Passionate.
Yes,
She said passionate. The teacher
very
is an
passionate teachers who make
Patricia
me
is passionate
excited
teacher.
to learn. And I hope this program will continue until my friend and I can speak English very well.
Wow. Congratulations. What change do you want to see from the survivors of trafficking?
Globally or just specific this program? So that's my question.
Specifically this program.
For this program, because of we can use English for many things in our life, like what mentioned, like Patricia mentioned in the interview. So I believe this is create confidence, comfortable, and a skill. Why I say skill? Communication is a skill. Expressing is a skill. Number one, they can communicate, whether with the teacher, with the friend, and also they can communicate in bigger community and to the society, even by watching movie, by listening the music. Oh, this is not good work. This is a good work. I like this because of love. So we use it in a daily basis of our life. And if they are mother, they can help the children when they have a homework, English homework, example. At least mom understand. Because of previous years, previous decade, we just watch our children do homework, learn. But imagine if mother and children can come together, hand on hand, hold hand together to pass. And we learn from the children. Children, we can support the children. And the next is they can read article or post in the social media to make sure they understand. Oh, this is not good. This is good. It's great ability to choose, to decide, and to understand what it said, to make sure they improve the acknowledgement, to take away the acknowledgement, the best part, and leave back or leave alone, just throw any bad information out there. So this is the fact, and I really want them to be able to write, at least they name this story, because if we talk about advocacy, at least by the end of the program, they can write 1 or 2 paragraphs about themselves, about the experience with the classes, how they take away in English language about themselves. Like, oh, I'm very happy that I overcome from my trauma. Example, just a simple, because now I can enjoy the movie without seeing the subtitle. Example, I can speak, I can write a little story about myself. I can write a curatorial about the flower. The flower is so beautiful. So they can post in the social media at least, because now everybody try to write in English, right? But now I see some of the Patricia student in social media write in English. Sriati also did it. So I saw many benefits right now, even though not to get there yet, still far away. And I agree with Patricia, this is a process. Even myself, a process. Because we learn in the school passive English, not communication language. And we cannot communicate. And when we don't use it, the language or the vocabulary will go away by the time. And we don't know to express, we don't know how to speak, and we don't speak. So this is a practical way, even though twice a week, but I believe that they have inner strength, inner ability, and they will be successful just the time.
Wow,
Sooner
that's amazing. That's amazing. So as we come to the conclusion of our conversation, and maybe you can just briefly talk about other activities you do, because yes, I've seen you do that training in English, and also maybe you do that training in catering. Maybe you can just mention briefly or list some other activities that you do as an organization.
Okay, in America, what we do is prevention from the education, training, and outreach. Outreach is very important. So what we do is previously we distribute a comic book called David's Dream to educate children about human trafficking, so they will be aware and know what they will do, how to make a report, and also benefit the family when they see the book, the comic book, because the book is free, they can take it home, and the family, some of the parents, example, immigrant, or all the parents in New York, in the US, because I distributed in many states, they know what to do. They will be aware. And then outreach, I lead the program. We go to the brothel, we go to massage parlor, we go to community to distribute, number one, feminine hygiene pad, because we focus on sex trafficking, on feminine hygiene pad. We put information, so we distribute it like sample. So when we go to the brothel, the trafficker, the mama sang, the brothel owner didn't know what we are doing, because we bring sample. Sometimes as a woman of work of L'Oreal Paris, I distributed lipstick, I distributed makeup to make sure they thought we give the makeup. Actually, underneath the makeup, we have a message for this woman. And we also do for labor by talking about a supply chains, to make sure in the supply chains they will not have child labor, forced labor, cheap labor, and exploitation. So that's what we educate businesses to trace the supply chains. And the campaigns that we have is happening in this July is stop buying a cheap product. Ability to buy to all community are different, but at least understanding, give information, like, you know, stop cheap price or cheap product like demand with the explanation. It might contain labor trafficking, it might contain child labor. So that's what the education look like. And we have art project, we have a support group, we have a self-defense to make sure women and girl and survivor able to gain awareness on their body. We develop the defense because of sometimes it's happened because of we are survivor. Most of the time we fall victim again and again. So with this practice to make sure they feel confidence when you enter the community, because of at least I can defend myself. You don't need to punch, but using a certain touch, you will make your enemy or the perpetrator stop doing that or become weak. So cooking class, baking class, and leadership. So we have leadership. And in Indonesia, previously we have a program with Impian Dewi or Dewi's Dream. We distributed 25,000 copies of comic book. So imagine if one comic book will benefit 10 people in the family, because of the book is not easily to break, right? The student bring the book to home and family member read it, maybe neighbor, because the book stayed there for many years. People can see, people can read. So estimation, one book will be 10 people. Imagine when we drop in library, one book, how many students read it? So the estimation of the benefit was 250,000 people become aware and educated through that comic book. So we will have a new comic book named Mia's Dream. We plan to launch next year in July, and we plan to partner with Miss Patricia also to expand her work to the community. And also this is actually will be in many different languages, and we will show not only Indonesian face like what we have in Dewi's Dream, but it will be comprehensive presentation from African complexion, from Asian complexion, from Muslim presentation, from Buddhist. So we try to have a comprehensive presentation in the comic book to make sure it will be accepted worldwide, because of what in the comic book will be represent. Oh, this is me here. Yeah, so a lot of things that we do many different things, and a lot. I just cannot mention one by one, but all with the focus ending trafficking and mentor and empower survivors in their integration, because they deserve it.
Well done. It's so amazing to have this conversation, and I can't wait to get down to writing and really capturing the voices of the different ladies represented on this platform. So from me, I'm really going to be working on having this blog on Liluye. I'm sure when it comes on Liluye, it's going to be distributed all over the globe. So more people are going to get to know your work and appreciate your efforts. So thank you so much. It's a good evening from my side.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you, everyone. And without you, without each of you, our program will not running. Our program will not happening. And thank you for all you do.